Welcome back, you guys. I hope you are just as excited for today's video because I am. I have been dying waiting for this palette to get to me, but Customs has been holding it hostage along with my other Glaminatrix palette that I've been dying to try. But it is finally here. We have the Bonfire palette, and obviously you can tell by my backdrop I am feeling the fall vibes. So this one is everything that I needed, and I am so excited to show you guys the looks that I created. I've had so much freaking fun with this palette, but I'm excited. Even if you don't plan on picking this one up, I hope I can give you some inspiration because fall is coming, you guys, and I am here for it, and I'm hoping together we can come up with some really fun fall looks. So let's go ahead and get into it. If this is your first time here, my name is Heather, and I love all things makeup, especially colorful makeup and indie brands. And if you guys love those things too, I really hope you will subscribe. Stick around. I would love to see you down below in the comments. And if you do subscribe, don't forget to click the little bell so you can be notified of all my future uploads. So now let's talk about the palette. So I've been falling in love with Glaminatrix this year, and this one has been fun. So we have the Bonfire palette. It is a 12 pan palette. This one is magnetic. Most of their palettes are. And we have a mix of mattes and shimmers. Pretty sure we have 6 mattes and 6 shimmers. It's a mix of metallics, duos, and multi-chromes. They are really, really pretty. So right now this one is available for pre-order and will be shipping out early September 2025. And it is available for $60 if you guys are interested. I'll have it linked down below with everything else I wear in both of my looks. But I had a blast swatching this palette and was immediately excited. I cannot wait to get Tones of Turd in. That one's been stuck in Customs forever as well. But that one I think would go so well with this one. We might do a bingo after I get to review that one. That would be really fun, but I'm excited. So this is actually look number 2. So you'll be seeing a different look first, but I don't know which one's my favorite, but I'm excited for you guys to see both. You'll have to let me know what you think of them down below, but let's go ahead and move on to look number 1. I didn't sleep for crap last night, so I'm hoping this palette will put a little pep in my step. I've been so excited to get this one. I really love the packaging. It's like pressed with the Bonfire in it. I think it's so pretty, but the color story really is just my favorite part. You guys know I love anything and everything with fall vibes. I am so ready for it. So now it's time to play. But before we do that, I did pick up 2 new shades of the Melt Liners. And the shade I'm wearing today is the shade Cinnamon. It's really, really pretty. But I wore that and I topped it with the Patrick Ta gloss in the shade She's Expensive. I just threw something on. Like I said, I need some energy in my life right now. I literally just had to repeat that sentence because I yawned right in the middle of it. So I'm really not kidding. But for blush today, I am wearing the shade Blood Moon from the Unearthly Cosmetics Paranormal Plush Cream Blush. And I love this shade. I wore it a little more sheared out today. But for highlighter, I decided to wear one I have not used in a long time because it's from ENSLEY Rain. But this is the Dreamless highlight from the Underland collection. And I was looking for something orange to go with what I have planned for the look today. And this is the only one I have like that. But I swatched it and it's really freaking pretty. And I don't really talk about them on my channel right now, but it was too perfect not to wear it, and I did pay for it, so I'm about to use it. You know what I mean? So, with all that being said, now we're going to get into the look. So, I think I might mix this shade Pine with this matte shade here. We might deepen up with a little bit of this shade. Not really sure what we're going to do for shimmers, but I am really excited to play with, you know, this palette. I've been waiting forever. I'm still waiting on the Tones of Turd. It's been stuck in Customs forever and a day. It's really annoying, but what can I do? Okay, so you know we have to start with the green, and as you saw in one of my latest videos, the one with the Unearthly palette, I love these greens, so we definitely have to start look number one with it, and I could not be more excited. But I am just running this through the whole crease. I did get a lot of kick up. I don't know if I tapped my brush that time, so maybe it was my fault. I'll have to like pay more attention to what I'm doing. I usually don't have an issue like that with Glaminatrix shadows. I might have to go over that with powder later, but for now it's okay. But I'm just using an E06 to just pack this through the crease. I don't know if I'll do the same thing on the lower lash line, probably. So let's go ahead and run that down there as well. That's gonna drive me nuts. I hope I'm able to fix that. You can kind of see like that slight green tint. So I'm just using the E04 to run this down here as well. There are a lot of really pretty shades in this palette. So now I'm just going to take the E03, and I just picked up a little more of that shade, and I'm just going to use this to blend the shade up higher. Just to blend it out. I will say, like, there are, if you're someone who likes lighter shades for inner corner that are matte, there are none in this palette, but there is a shimmer shade that you can use. I just love this color so much. I think it goes so well with the background. But next I want to use this shade, and hopefully these work well together. I know they're like different. They're not usually typically shades that blend together, but I do like the way they look blended together, so I'm going to give it a go. So I'm just going to use that E06. I cleaned it off. Going in with the shade Bonfire, I'm just going to build this up in the crease. Like 3/4 of the way across. I had to create a fall look with this palette. Technically it's like at the end of summer kind of palette, but it's totally giving me fall vibes. So I'm just working on building this up throughout the crease. I just think these two colors together are so pretty, and you can still see that like wine shade kind of peeking through, and I love that. It's giving bruised eye in the best way. I am so excited for the fall launches. Things are kind of slow right now. I'm hoping they'll start picking up soon. Now I'm just using the E03 to help me blend this out. I love that. I feel like a typical review might show you like more monochromatic looks with the palette, or like, you know, this quad together and then that quad and that quad. Like, well, it might help if I show you. Like here you have a quad, and a quad. Like you could follow them that way as well. But my goal is to show you like other ways you might be able to come up with some fun looks too. Like, even though they look more thought out, they're actually easier looks too. Like, you could still follow along this video and create them yourself, even if you're someone who maybe isn't like as crazy about makeup as I am, or I just like to do different types of looks. That way I can show you different ways that the palette can be used other than just the way you might first view it. Now I'm using the E11, and I am taking that same shade down here on the lower lash line, and then I'll use the E04 with some of that shade Pine to blend it out. I think that's so pretty. So I'm going to use the E25 from Sigma and pick up more of that shade Bonfire. And just really pack this in right here. It just really builds that intensity. Now that I've gotten that like really blended throughout the crease, I can really intensify where I want the most depth, if that makes sense. And then I can just like lightly go over the edges to help blend everything out. Okay, so I'm thinking about deepening up this a little. There's a deep brown in here called Smoke, and I checked it earlier, and that shade isn't dark enough. So I'm thinking of doing just a little bit of this green, and if I do it on top of that deep shade, it might take away some of the green tone and make it more almost like black. That's the hope. And I'm not going to add a whole lot. So I'm going to use an E30 pencil brush and just add some to the very outer corner. Just like kind of swirling it. And you see how it gave that depth, but it's not green. That's what I wanted. Okay, so I'm going to take a little bit of that same shade on the E11. And I'm going to add some of this right here as well. Making that all a little smoky. I love it. I love it when I get excited about looks. I get so excited for you guys to see them. As of right now, I haven't posted my Cosmic Brushes video. By the time you see this, you will have seen it if you've watched it, but those looks were so good too. I love them. But now it's time for shimmers. Okay, going in with some glitter glue. And this is the CLIONADH one that I always use anymore. I just love how thin this formula is. It just works so well. But now we gotta figure out the shimmers. I want it to be like a little surprise whatever we do. We have this shade Blaze, which I mean would go so well. But that feels a little monochromatic. Even though we have this green here, it kind of is looking more yellow than anything. So we could do that. Then we have Wildfire, which is beautiful. But I would like there to be a twist about this look. You guys know me. We have this shade. These are the fun shades, to me anyway. You also have two really other cool shades, but these are the ones that make me the most excited. So I'm wondering, this one would be kind of cool. I think that's what I want to do, which actually kind of surprises me, because I'm really drawn to those orange shades in that green one. But to give this look the unexpected twist I'm looking for, I think that's what I'm going to go for. So let's start with the shade here, Smolder. That shade is so pretty. I wonder if it would go with Blaze. Let's just do it. Oh, that's so freaking pretty. That shade is so pretty, you guys. Oh, I love that so much. I love how just deep this looks. So pretty. I think I want to take that most of the way in too. So I'm going to use the E01. I will also say I've not gotten any more fallout. So when that happened, I must not have tapped my brush is what I'm guessing happened. But I absolutely love that. Let's add some of this to the lower lash line as well. That is so pretty. Okay, so I'm going to take some more of that shade Bonfire on the E25, and we are going to just blend this situation out here. Okay, now, inner corner. Let's do that really light shade, Kindling. This one. It's really pretty. I don't like spraying inner corner shades But the downfall to not is if you're not careful, you can get some fallout. But I'm taking this partially up on the lid as well. That way it kind of blends into that other shade. And hopefully will make a little more sense. Okay, so this is the eye before I finish it, and I think it's really, really pretty. I love how sparkly and just gorgeous those shimmers are. They're truly stunning, but I'm gonna go finish this real quick, and I'll be right back to show you guys the finished look. Okay, so I love the way this look came together. I did change one thing though. Here on the outer part, I did add a little bit of the shimmer, just to add a little extra something, and I think it's really pretty. It really ties everything together. I think it's such a good way. And for lips, I did the shade Danielle from Unearthly Cosmetics, and you guys know their satin liquid lip formula is one of my absolute favorites. But for liner, I did the shade Afterlife from Melt. I did pick up a new one because I accidentally didn't tighten the other one tight enough and it started drying out. But in the outer corner, I used the shade Joyride from ColourPop. It's okay, but I don't like these darker liners from them. I don't think they stay in the waterline very good, at least not in my waterline. But for mascara, I used the MAC Stack mascara, and for lashes, I did the Melt BB Lash. I've been loving these, and they're actually still in stock. I just had to link them for my Unearthly video yesterday, and I think they're beautiful lashes. I might pick up another pair because I've been wearing them a lot lately, but I cannot wait to hear what you guys think of this look. Like I said, I think it really, really came together, and I'm really feeling the fall vibes. The earrings are from Style Just for Fun, or Just for Fun Style. It's Amanda's brand from Makeup Just for Fun, and they're cute too. I have several different pairs from her brand, and I'm excited. I really want to get more. She has some really cool ones from Alice in Wonderland that I think are really awesome too. But so far, I've had a really good time with this palette. I don't quite know what I want to do with it tomorrow. I really would love to play with the orange, but I'm kind of interested in doing a look with those two shades as well. But I also don't think I would forgive myself if I didn't do something with that orange. So we'll just have to see. So stick around because we're moving on to look number 2. Look at this lipstick. I love how cool tone this is. I think it is so pretty, but I wanted to tell you about it. So I bought, well, Amanda bought me the Bailey SARIAN 2 collection for Christmas, and it kind of sat in a basket, and I just started using the stuff that was in that collection, and it's so, I love it so much. I don't know why I haven't played with it yet, but I love this lipstick. It's in the shade Lilith. It's from Melt, like I said, and the embossings on the side are so cool, and then I had like a BS stamped in the top of it. It's really, really pretty. But for blush today, I'm wearing the shade Bellini from DANESSA MYRICKS, and you guys know these are my favorite blushes of all time. And I wanted something orange, but a little softer, but looking at it in the viewfinder, I'm like, is it soft? I don't know. But for highlight, I did the Kaleidos Space Age Prophecy highlighter, and I've been loving that one so much. I've been using it a ton, but let me go ahead and get you guys zoomed in, and we're going to get started with the look. I'm excited for this one. Okay, so today I'm going to be playing with the cool tone neutrals, which is why I did the cool tone lip, which you guys know I love cool tones anyways. But we're gonna start out with Ashes. It just seemed fitting that I start with that shade, so we're going to. So I'm gonna start by using the E06 from Singe. This is like cool tone, but it has like almost a yellowish undertone to it, and I really love that. But so far I've had a lot of fun with this palette, and I'm excited to create more with it today. But I'm just going to take this through most of the crease. I'm starting out with the E06. That way I can get like full level of intensity throughout the crease with this shade to start with. But this will be the base shade for this eye look. Then I'll go in with the E03. I'm going to pick up some more of that shade, and then I'll just bring this shade up higher. How many times can one say shade? Over and over and over. But I've been telling you guys that I have been reading the Bree Taggart series again by Melinda Lee, and I am loving every minute of it. I'm on book 5 now. That one came out in 2022, so this is one that I hadn't read yet, and I don't think I read book 4 either because I don't remember it, but it's been so good, you guys. It's free on Kindle Unlimited. You can get the book and the audio version for free, and I do like to skip back and forth between the two while I'm busy, which I have been so busy lately, but I've enjoyed it so much. But I was excited to like tell you guys a little more about it without spoiling it at the same time, because it's such a good series. Like, the twists in them are like, who the killer is never who you think it's gonna be. You're always like so shocked at who it ends up being. It's insane. Like, book 3 was insanely good. I would give it a 5-star, but to me the whole series is a 5-star. Like, the character building, the plot, everything has been so good with all of them. And the relationships are good too, but it's not like all like relationship built, you know what I mean? Okay, so I'm going to take that same shade across the lower lash line with the E04. I love this just by itself. It's giving Undead, but in the best way. I'm so feeling like all of these fall vibes right now. Totally here for it. Okay, so now we're gonna deepen this up even more by going into smoke. And I'm gonna use the same brushes in the same order. And I am just deepening this one up by pressing it in the crease. It's like kind of ampy on its own. And then I'll just use the E03. No, let's use the E08 actually. And I'll pick up some of Ash's, that first shade. And we'll use that to help blend this. But that combo is giving. But you know, we're going to do a neutral crease with some color because that's just who I am. I can't stop myself. I will say the launches have been kind of slow lately. I'm like sitting here just waiting for more. I'm ready, but I know like this is the calm before the storm when it comes to launches, because it's almost time for all those like fall launches to start hitting us, and I am ready. This is so cool. Let's take some of this on the lower lash line too. And I'm just going to use this little E11 pencil brush. And we're going to just smoke this out. I've really been into these like smoky looks since I played with the Cosmic Brushes Smolder palette. Is that what? I think that's what it's called. But I've had so much fun with that one. Now, one more thing. I want to use the E25 from Sigma. And I'm just going to use this brush to really pack this shade, especially out here in the crease. I'm not trying to put anything there for a reason, because I'm going to add some stuff there. And I don't want this shade to kind of take over that, you know what I mean? Oh, this is so pretty. Okay, so I'm going to go off camera real quick and clean the lid and kind of cut it, and at least out here on this outer half, and I'll be right back. And we're going to play with some more of these mattes. I have a really good idea. At least I think it might be a good idea, but we're just going to have to see. Okay, so I just used concealer to kind of cut the crease, and my hooded eyes are being difficult, and the concealer is trying to transfer, but let's go ahead and set it with the colors. So I want to use the E25 and start out with this shade here, Bonfire, and I'm going to start with this on the end. I don't know if this is the correct brush I should be using, maybe something smaller. Let's do the E27. I will say with these mattes too, like they're really nice, like easy to blend, nicely pigmented, but definitely tap your brush before you like go in, because if you don't, you will get fallout. But if you tap your brush, you're fine. Now, if I hadn't used, I did use this shade in the last look. If I hadn't used that, imagine like how good this would be on the lid, even as an all matte look blended into this shade. Oh, I would love that so much, but unfortunately, I don't like to do repeats when I'm like doing looks for a palette, because I want to show you guys like different things you can do with it, and I don't feel like it's as much fun. So I'll definitely have to do some blending right there. Now I want to go into the orange, Inferno. One thing you must know about me, orange is one of my favorite color. It's my favorite color in life, like in general. So obviously I love it in makeup as well. But I want to put this on the end. And I love it. You could create some really good all matte looks with this palette too. I love that so much. Especially with this like neutral crease, and then you have that pop of color. It makes me so excited. So I'm going to go into that deep shade Smoke, but I'm going to do it on the E04 and just use this tiny brush to blend those. I will say, like, if you're someone who cares about kick up, I don't know how well you can see that orange there. You do get a lot of kick up in the pan. Personally, that doesn't bother me, but I know some people do not like that. I find most of the time, not always, but most of the time when you have shadows like that, it makes them easier to blend. Now, I have literally no idea what I want to do. I know I'm probably going to be covering up a lot of this orange, but I did want to have a base. So I'm sad because I'm not going to get to use this green, and I would love to because it's so pretty. But I don't know what I want to do on the lid. I mean, of course we have this shade, which would be pretty. We also have Blaze, which would be pretty. I might do Blaze like on the lower lash line and just do this on the lid with this shade in the inner corner. So let's go in with some of the Shine On from CLIONADH just to prep for the shimmers. And I'm going to go over some of this orange as well. Okay, so let's start out with the shade Wildfire. I mean, she is beautiful. There's no doubt. But I knew that this shade would be really good on top of that orange. And it makes it look more shifty, I think. Then I just went back in with the orange and just tapped it over the edge of that. It gives it a little flash. I don't know what else to call it. I love it though. It makes it brighter in a way. So I'm going to use my E01 to pick up some more of that shimmer. And we are just going to place it on the rest of the lid. Such a fun shade. Then I'm going to use my little CLIONADH brush, and we're going to go into that red shimmer, Blaze. That shade is so pretty. Like, look at it just on the brush. I didn't spray the brush apparently. Just felt it fall on my face. And I want to put this like kind of in the center. You know, this eye look is kind of fitting. I don't know what day you're going to be seeing this video on, but the day I'm filming it is the 10th, and my birthday is in 2 days. And I'm a Leo. So the fiery look makes sense. Okay, so now I need a dry E01 because we're going to go into that really light shade Kindling. And I'm just going to put some of this in the inner corner and use it to wrap those shimmers around. That shade is so pretty. It reminds me of like a star in the sky. It's just so pretty. But now I'm going to deepen up like out here on the lower lash line, especially because I need that to blend into that red so it's flowing more. And then let's use another E25 and go into some of that dark brown and just work on the blend of this. And this is the eye look. I can't wait to see what it looks like all complete, but I think she is beautiful. But I'll be right back to show you guys the finished look. I am back with the finished look, and I love the way this came together so much. I feel like it's so balanced. Like you have the pop of orange in the eye look, and then on the cheeks with the highlighter, and then the cool tone lips and the crease. It just feels so like well balanced. So I put a little bit of the highlight in the inner corner. I felt like it really just ties the highlighter into the eye look a little more, and I love the way it looks. So for liner, I did a whole concoction. I'm not even kidding. So I started out with the shade Exit from ColourPop, and then I did the shade Scarlet from Melt here in the very outer corner. This is one of my favorite liners. It is so beautiful in red and literally like scarlet red, so gorgeous. But then I did orange in the center because I kind of wanted to match the fade on the lid. And then on the inner corner, I did the yellow, and then I went back over it with the orange because I still wanted it to be orange, but I wanted that yellow tint, and I wanted it to kind of fade. Like I said, it was a whole concoction. But for mascara, I did the Sephora Love the Lift mascara, and I mixed it with the Flutter extension from Lancome. But for lashes, I did the Melt BB Lash. This was with the Bailey SARIAN collab as well. I've been wearing them a lot. I've worn them already like probably 8 times. I just love them. I think they're so pretty. But I'm excited. I love this look so much. So now let's talk about the palette. So I had so much fun with this. I love the leather packaging and the way they press the flames into it. I think that's really, really cool. And I mean, it's a fall palette, so you already know I'm obsessed with this color story. I think it's beautiful. I even love like this neutral quad over here. I had a lot of fun playing with those shades as well. The only thing I will say is you do get a lot of kick up in the pan with these mattes. When I was filming this look, and I was doing the orange after I went off camera and I moved the palette, where I was tapping my brush, I had like a pile of orange on my desk. So just keep that in mind. Make sure you tap your brush or just do your eyes first so you don't have to worry about that. But because I didn't have as much issue once I tapped my brush, but usually you don't get that much kick up with their formula, but this one is not as tightly packed or something, but it did make it really super easy to blend. And all in all, I think the looks are beautiful. I had a fun time playing with it. I have not used all of the shades. I still need to use the green and the shade right here. So, but out of what I use, I do recommend it as long as you keep in mind about the fallout and the kick up. But I had a blast. I had so much fun creating these looks. I think they're both beautiful. I cannot pick a favorite, but I would love to know your thoughts down below. Which one is your favorite? I just checked. The palette is still available on the site. If you guys are interested, I'll have it linked down below, along with all of the other products that I use that are on my face. I love it. I am just here for the fall vibes. I am really feeling it, obviously. But let me know what you guys think. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It really does help me out, and it means so much. But until next time. Bye.